Hi, my name's Chris Powell and I'm the Building Reform Stream Lead within the Planning Reform Program here at DIPTI. Under the new Planning, Development and Infrastructure Act 2016, the building sector in South Australia is undergoing considerable reform. If you're a certifier, building works supervisor or developer in South Australia, or a council building officer, the way in which you undertake your business will change. The department is committed to helping you understand these changes to ensure you can confidently operate from day one. Here are the top 10 things you need to know. Number 1, a phased approach. The new planning system is being released in 3 phases, which means, depending on what area of South Australia you work in, the changes to you may come in either 2019 or 2020. The first release of the Planning and Design Code will take place in mid-2019 when it commences operation in land not within a council area. In these areas there are low numbers of applications and the state government will remain the primary assessment manager. The second release of the code will take place in late 2019 when it commences operation in regional council areas. From this point, new applications in regional council areas will be lodged and assessed under the PDI Act and accepted via the SA Planning portal. The third and final release of the code will take place in mid-2020 when it commences operation in metropolitan council areas. Number 2 concurrent systems. Due to the phased commencement of the new planning system, applications in progress under the Development Act will continue to be progressed under that Act until they are finalised. For practitioners, you will need to ensure you are operating and making decisions under the relevant legislation and regulations. We understand that for some of you this may add a degree of complexity to your work, particularly for private certifiers, and appreciate your patience during implementation. Number 3, Accredited Professional Scheme. South Australia's new Accredited Professional Scheme became operational on 1 April 2019. This means that private certifiers and council building officers will now need to become accredited under the new scheme in order to keep making decisions at their current professional level. For current private building certifiers, from 1 July 2019, you'll be deemed to be accredited at your current level of professional practice via transitional legislative provisions. However, please see the most recent Building Standard newsletter, which provides further advice in relation to this matter, particularly as it relates to private indemnity insurance. For council building officers, accreditation will not be required until the new Planning and Design Code becomes effective in your council area, but make sure you don't leave it too late. There is a suite of information about the scheme on the SA Planning portal for your benefit. Number 4, deemed to satisfy decisions. Building certifiers will be able to make decisions on development proposals, as they currently do under the Development Act, under the new PDI Act as well. The new planning system provides for a new category of development called deemed to satisfy. Decisions that building certifiers can make will be limited to deemed to satisfy, which is criteria based. If a proposal does not meet this criteria, then council will become the decision maker when the application shifts to a performance-based assessment. Number 5, online lodgement of development applications. Once the code is operational in regional areas for Phase 2, all planning and building consents will be required to be lodged and provided via the SA Planning portal. This means that both private certifiers and council building officers will need access to this system to receive applications and progress them through with the applicant. For developers, who are usually the applicant, they'll be able to take advantage of the SA Planning portal to lodge, prepare and track all applications in the system, regardless of who the assessment manager is. Publication of development proposals from the system will happen automatically and will be available via the public register on the SA Planning portal. Training will be provided to all professionals who will use the system to ensure that they can use it properly and progress applications assigned to them. Number 6, new building regulations. New building regulations have been drafted that address areas of emerging need in the building sector and aim to deliver a safer and higher quality built environment. These regulations were made available for comment in early 2019 and will be incorporated into the General Development Assessment Regulations under the new Act. Key areas of change for building will focus on improving the provision and flow of information relating to building rules consent, improving the process around essential safety provisions, and also improving the way that final approval works, including new statements of compliance and new certificates of occupancy. Once these new regulations are approved, the department will release a suite of easy-to-understand information to help practitioners, both in the planning and building space, and the community understand what the key changes are and what they mean to them. Number 7, swimming pool regulations. Standalone regulations for swimming pool compliance and safety are also being prepared that will complement the general regulations under the Act. These regulations will carry over existing requirements as they relate to swimming pool safety, with reform of these rules slated for future reform under the Act. Number 8, new ministerial building standards. The current ministerial building specifications are now being converted to new ministerial building standards. These will help make South Australian building rules clearer under the National Construction Code. And the first 5 of these, required to support Phase 1 implementation, were released for public consultation on 2019, with further standards to be released with each phase to capture different areas in South Australia. The first 5 standards will be in place for Phase 1 and relate to issues relevant to the whole state, such as maintenance of ESPs. Keep an eye on the portal for more info, particularly as these are published. Number 9, inspection policies. A statewide set of council inspection policies is also being prepared to replace the numerous and disparate inspection policies adopted at local level by individual councils at present. This will give us a single overarching direction for the inspection of building works that will help South Australia achieve increased levels of compliance across council regions. This change will provide for a consistent approach to inspections while still retaining flexibility to respond to local needs. Consultation on these new policies is expected to commence in June this year. Number 10, where you can find out more. Simply go to the SA Planning portal to find the latest information on what the reform means to you as a building professional. If you haven't already done so already, we also recommend that you sign up to receive updates on the reform program via the Planning Ahead and the Building Standard newsletters. You can find links to these from the main SA Planning portal page.